Namaste. Welcome to yoga, this ancient path of union. I brought a quotation from Mingyur Rinpoche, who is a contemporary Tibetan Buddhist master. He says, "Every practice is about waking up and becoming conscious of a universal reality that transcends the contents of our individual minds. Waking up and becoming conscious of a universal reality that transcends the contents of our individual minds." So nothing wrong with our individual minds. They're quite wonderful. I'm really glad we have them. And they can be quite limited in their understanding of what's really going on. And yoga is an art, a science, an ancient technology to help open the individual mind. So our version here, where we come to our mats, is called Hatha Yoga. And that's where we focus our minds on our bodies, almost like an object of meditation, right? This flow practice becomes a moving meditation where we keep tracking what we're doing with our body as a way of focusing our minds. The wonderful added benefit is that it's so good for our physical forms. We get to open and strengthen and play and tone and breathe. And a reminder that while that's going on, what yoga really is, or what it also really is a practice for our minds. So that as we come to the present moment and stay and play, that monkey mind with all of its chatter can start to settle down, quiet, and we can be more unified and integrated in our being. So we'll see how that goes during this practice. This will be an all levels practice. It should be fairly accessible. As always, the invitation is to modify any poses, use props. I'm going to suggest 2 blocks if you have them. You may or may not need them, but we'll see. If you don't have actual yoga blocks, you could use like a thick hardback or paperback book or books. Really, we have our blocks to bring the floor up a little bit so that we can work on our alignment when we need. And I think it would also be great to have a strap or a strap-like object and something to sit on, as always in the beginning, so that especially before we practice, if you're a little stiff like I am, a little bit of assistance under the sit bones means we can bring the sacrum in underneath and really work with a tall, straight spine, right, rather than this habitual curve. So it might be a little bit of blanket. You could actually sit on your block or a bolster. So find what you need. Find an easy seat, settle in, and then as you're ready, making that sweet turn within. So closing your eyes, withdrawing the senses. And if you're someplace where you're not comfortable closing the eyes, you can just soften and lower your gaze, but bring your awareness within. And take a nice deep breath. And on the exhale, relax the shoulders down. And then just start to connect with your breath. See where you notice that in your body right now. And as you stay right here and breathe, rooting down through the sit bones to grow the spine tall. See if you can let the thighs be heavy, really draping down. Relax the feet and the toes. And coming up the spine, just noticing if you're holding tension in the hips or the belly, in the chest, in the shoulders. Letting the arms really relax, hanging down from the shoulders, down into the elbows, the forearms, the wrists, the hands, the fingers. And coming up to the neck, just softening the throat. See if you can also soften the back of the neck. Balancing the head on top of the spine. See if you can rest your eyes on the horizon. And let the muscles around the eyes be soft. Relax the cheeks and the jaw. Really let the tongue be passive. And then just be right here in your own sweet self, watching the breath. Soft breath, soft gaze, soft mind, soft heart. And staying just as you are, lifting the hands, pressing the palms into one another, drawing your hands into the center of the chest. Take a deep inhale in through the nose, filling up. And on the exhale, slowly bowing the head down to the wisdom of the heart. And then on your next inhale, slowly bringing the head back up, allowing the hands to come down to the thighs. And as you're ready, opening your eyes. Thank you. So we'll start our practice on our back, so moving any props out of the way, but if you bring your strap down with you, we'll use it in just a moment, and coming down into Supta Baddha Konasana. So the soles of the feet together, knees falling wide open, maybe resting one hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, allowing the elbows to drape down, supported by the floor. And then maybe just closing your eyes and arriving right here again, inside yourself. And taking a few deep breaths into the hand resting on the belly. Just noticing what's right there. And then bringing your awareness up to the hand on your heart and taking a few deep breaths. Seeing what's right there. Then blinking the eyes open, reaching your hands around behind the outer thighs, drawing the knees together, feet rest for a moment. Then we're going to reach our arms straight out from our heart, palms up, draw the shoulder blades under. Lift the feet, the knees are bent, shins are parallel with the floor. Flex the feet, see if you can get the thighs vertical. Now we're going to take an inhale here, and on the exhale, slowly let the knees start to come over to the right. So go slowly, support yourself. If the legs are hanging when you reach your end point, you might place a block or blocks under the knees. You're going to keep drawing that left shoulder blade back and down away from the knees. And we're just finding this first twist. So face is open and soft. See if you can keep your heart space open, arms reaching, and just be here and breathe. And take a nice deep inhale. And on the exhale, bring the knees back up to center. Inhale here. And on the exhale, slowly letting the knees come over to the left. We go slowly to support ourselves as we move. You might find that the knees don't come down to the earth and you want to place something underneath them maybe to give them some support so you can ease into the twist, drawing the right shoulder blade back, down, away from the knees. Open the throat, the heart. Even as you hold, where can you let go? Just breathe into the twist. And then take an inhale here, and on your exhale, bring your knees back up to center. So we're going to try that a couple times on the breath. We're going to move on the exhale. So inhale, center. Exhale, knees down to the right. Inhale here. Bring the knees back up to center. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees down to the left. Inhale here. Exhale, knees come back up to center. One more time. Inhale here. Exhale, knees slowly over to the right. Deep inhale. Exhale, bring the knees back up. Inhale here. Knees come slowly to the left. Take a nice deep inhale. Exhale, knees come back up to center. And then maybe just hug your knees in for a moment. Give yourself a little squeeze. And then we're going to bring the feet down. We're going to stretch the legs long, flex the toes, and then reach the arms overhead, palms turning in. Supta Tadasana, our supine mountain pose. Reach through the feet, reach through the hands. See how much length you can find. And we're going to reach the arms up and we're going to bend the right knee in. Just draw it down towards your ribs. Both feet are flexed. And then keep it here as you find your strap or strap-like object. We're going to place the strap around the ball of the right foot. Hold one side of the strap in each hand. Let the shoulder blades come down. Firm your right hip down and in towards the left heel. From there, keeping the hip deep in the socket, slowly starting to extend the right leg. Go slowly. Our beautiful hamstrings. Both legs as straight as possible. Holding the strap with the chest open. Breathing open the back of the knee. You might gently start to draw the foot a little bit down towards you if you have that space. And just be here and breathe. Okay, we're going to bend the right knee, both bits of strap inside the right knee, holding with the right hand. Flat left palm on the left hip. Anchor that hip down. Nice bent right knee. Here, externally rotate that right hip with the knee bent. Plug that thigh bone deep in the hip socket, and from your inner right foot, starting to extend the right leg out, working towards a straight leg. Keep anchoring this left hip down, and then we're seeing if we can find the inseam of that right leg. So from high up in the hip, through the thigh, the calf, the inner right foot, extending, reaching, and as you stay, you might find you have a little bit more opening to explore. Not forcing anything. And then slowly rebending that right leg, releasing the strap, bring that right foot down. And then let's extend the arms and the hands again. Supta Tadasana, just see if you notice anything different on the two sides of your body. And then arms up and over. Let's hug that left knee in towards the ribs. Keeping it there, find the strap, placing it around the ball of the left foot, holding one side of the strap in each hand. Now, plug that left hip down and in towards the right heel. Keep the thigh deep in the hip socket and slowly extend the left leg. And again, holding the strap so that the shoulder blades can be down. Both feet flexed. We're just exploring breathing open the back of both knees, but especially that left leg we have extended over us. Breathing, opening slowly. Face relaxed. One more breath. And then rebending the left knee, holding the strap with the left hand inside the left knee. Flat right palm on that right hip. Anchor it down. With that bent left knee, externally rotate that left hip. Firm the hip into the socket. From there, extend the left leg out, reaching through that left inseam up through the inner left foot. Maybe getting the leg as straight as you can, opening the back of the knee, and then holding this right hip to really anchor so that that left inseam can open. And just be here and breathe. See what's right here. One more breath. Then bending the left leg, releasing the strap, left foot comes down. Let's find that Supta Tadasana one more time. Reach, stretch, find length. And then bring the hands up and over, bend the knees, hands behind the thighs. Let's rock and roll forward and back a couple of times. Little massage for our sweet spine, roly-poly. Let's do another one, and then we're going to come right up into our Navasana boat pose. So go slowly up on the sit bones, flex the feet, or you can point the feet, or you can floint the feet. But the work is to bring the back body up so you can straighten the spine, lift the heart. Draw the belly in, face relaxed. Now we're going to come into Ardha Navasana. So draw the belly in even more as you open the body, straightening the legs, leaning back and down. See if you can keep your eyes in line with your toes. Draw the belly in. Slowly coming back up, Navasana. Stay here, or you might play with straightening the legs. Keep drawing the back body into the front body. And then we're going to open up into our Ardha Navasana again. So go slowly. Keep the belly drawing in. Lower the toes, lower the eyes. And we're going to stay here. We're going to bring our hands to heart center. And then we're just going to reach to the right, both palms open. Just check in. Are you reaching to give or to receive? Hands come back to center prayer. Let's try it to the left. What's happening over here? One more time. Back to center. Reaching right, back to center, reaching left, back to center, and can you slowly come back up into your Navasana? Ha, really nice. Let it go, feet come down. Let's bring our knees around, and we're gonna place our block, the long, medium height, right at towards the front of the mat. And you're gonna bring an elbow down towards the outer edges of the block, palms together. And then really walk your knees back so they're under your hips. Give yourself lots of room. Tone the belly, but start to bring the head down between the arms. Maybe the forehead starts to come down towards the mat. Maybe you bend your elbows a little bit more and start to draw your prayer hands towards your upper back. So there's tone in the belly, but we're letting the heart sink. So find those two actions. They're going to counterpose each other a little bit. The tone in the belly is going to keep you from sinking into your lower back, but can you let the heart come down? Some of you might even be able to look down to the mat, come to the front of the forehead. Really find that opening in the back of the thoracic spine. Just be here and breathe. And then supporting yourself to come out. Press down on the elbows, bring the head up, maybe walk the knees in first, and then come off your block. Let's move it to the side. And then let's find our all fours, tabletop position. So wrists are under the shoulders, knees are hips distance under the hips. Today, let's point our feet. So untuck the toes, really spread the fingers, support the pose from underneath. And then on an inhale, slowly bring the chest forward, the groins go back, we come into cow. And then on an exhale, pressing the palms, drawing the belly in, find that big cat back. Inhale, slowly coming forward, opening the front of the body, moving into cow. Exhale, pressing and rounding, opening the back of the body, moving into cat. And then this time, let's slowly come forward through tabletop, come into your cow, and lean a little bit forward, find a little bit more arch. And then on the exhale, press, round up through a big cat back, and let the hips come down to the heels, child's pose. Inhale through cat, in the neutral spine, coming forward into cow. Exhale, pressing and rounding, big cat back. Hips go back and down over the heels, child's pose. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, up through cat, find neutral, open, lean into cow. Exhale, pressing, rounding, hips go back. Length through the side body, child's pose. And then let's come back up to our neutral tabletop. We're going to walk the knees back a couple inches. Now tuck your toes and then really spread the fingers. Turn the hands slightly out, straight elbows. Slightly draw your triceps back and down. Keep all of that with the feel of the hands as you lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. downward facing dog. And for this first dog, for the first couple breaths, just do whatever feels good. Wiggling, bending, pedaling. Find your way in, feet, legs, arms, shoulders. Sometimes it feels good to even come to the balls of the feet. Press the hands, bend the knees, really lengthen the spine. Keep that as you straighten the legs. See if you can keep that as you start to bring the heels down and back. And then just finding stillness. The feet are hips distance and parallel. Pressing the hands forward and down to lift the hips up and back. Pressing the upper thighs back. Breathing. And then on an inhale, let's glide forward into plank. So come into your plank pose. You might need to change the length of the pose. Reach back through the heels. Spread the palms, press the hands. Lift up under the belly and the heart to support the pose from underneath. And the gaze is slightly forward. So be here and breathe. You're welcome to bring your knees down at any time. You're welcome to do anything you like during this practice. So listen to your body, right? It's collaborative. See what's right for you. Keeping the feet right where they are, just lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. We'll go through that transition a couple times together on the breath. So inhale, glide forward, plank. Exhale, hips go up and back, dog. Inhale, glide forward, plank. Make it smooth. Exhale, hips go up and back, downward facing dog. And then inhale, glide forward, plank. Come another inch forward, bring your knees down, hug the elbows in, come halfway down chaturanga. Press the elbows straight, press the legs straight, you're back in plank. We're gonna do 3 chaturanga push-ups. Bring the knees down or have the legs straight, your choice. But come an inch forward, hug your elbows in, halfway down, press back up, halfway down, press back up. This time halfway down, hold for a breath, yummy, yummy. And then slowly come all the way down to the mat. Untuck your toes. Let's find one of our blocks. We're gonna place it the long, narrow way, as high as we can between our thighs, rolling over on the belly. Take a moment to internally rotate your feet, your hips. See if you can get all 10 toes down. And then reach the arms forward, palms turn in, bring the forehead down and just find length. Draw the tailbone long towards the heels. Legs are so straight, maybe your knees are off the mat. Now staying here, reach around, interlace the fingers, maybe press the palms together. Bend the elbows, draw them towards each other. So we've already got the shoulder blades on the back. And then on an inhale, reach the hands back and up. Open the front of the heart, Shalabhasana, locust. Can you keep drawing the tailbone long? Can you lift from under the ribs? Maybe add the feet. What's that like? Can you reach back with the feet to lift through the heart? Stay here, or maybe reach the arms out like wings. Palms down. Still reaching back through the feet. Stay here, listen to your lower back. This might be plenty, or you might bring the arms forward. Turn the palms in. Reach and lift. One more breath, and then exhale. Arms go back. Turn your head to the side and just land. Take a few breaths. See what's right here. And then the forehead comes back to center. Re-squeeze the blocks, all the toes down. Interlace the fingers the other way, palms together. Bend the elbows, draw them towards one another. And then inhale, reach back to lift the heart. Straight legs. There's some tone in the belly. We're reaching the hip, the tailbone back towards the heels. Maybe add the feet. What is it like to really squeeze that block? Stay here or reach the arms out to the side. Stay here. Maybe add the arms reaching forward. Palms in. How much length? How much lift? Take a breath and then exhale. Arms go back. Turn the head to the opposite side. Just take a few breaths. You can wiggle the hips a little bit if you want to loosen the sacrum. And then bring the forehead back down to center. Plant your flat palms by your lower ribs, elbows in. Same actions in the legs. Slowly press down to come up, Bhujangasana Cobra. What is this cobra like with the block? Maybe it gives more support. Slowly come down. Take a breath. Reestablish the legs, the hands. Inhale, come right back up, Bhujangasana Cobra. Stay here or continue pressing so you're on your hands, the top of the feet, hugging the block, tailbone long, lifting the heart, and then press the hands, use your core slowly. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Maybe you still got that block, nicely done. Take a breath in dog. And then walk the hands all the way back to the feet. Let's move the block out now, set it aside. Feet or hips distance, bend the knees, fold forward, clasp opposite elbows, and just find your Uttanasana. Hanging, letting the elbows be heavy. Maybe feeling some loosening in the lower back. Maybe nod the head side to side. Just make sure the neck's not holding any tension. And then change the clasp of the elbows and maybe start straightening the legs a little bit or a lot. Opening back of the knees, lifting the hips. Arms still heavy, drawing the torso down. And then release the hands down. We're going to bring our hands on our hips, hug the elbows in, open your heart. With a straight back, you're welcome to put a little bend in your knees. Can you slowly, supported, come up all the way, standing, really nice. And then coming to the top of your mat, I'm going to turn sideways to face you, but coming to the top of your mat and finding your Tadasana, mountain pose. So the big toes touch, the heels are slightly apart. We're lining up the outer foot with the side of the mat. And then shift your weight into your heels. Line up your weight over the back of the heels up to the crown of the head and press the palms into one another. And on an inhale, reach the arms out and up. So this is our Urdhva Hastasana, palms in. Just like when we were lying down in our Supta Tadasana, press the feet, reach the hands. Maybe start to look up if that's okay on your neck. Maybe draw the palms together if the shoulders allow. And take an inhale here. And on an exhale, open the arms and twist to the right, but keep the hips quiet, right? It's going to limit our twists because we're not letting the hips move. Reaching the arms, the hands out from the heart, front and back. Inhale, bring the arms back up to center. Exhale, quiet those hips again as you twist to the left. Right, we're rooting down through the feet, hugging the outer hips in. It's allowing us to turn and open. Inhale, arms come back to center. And then on an exhale, little back bend, cactus your arms, raise the heart, draw the tailbone down, nothing too extreme. And then on your inhale, reach up. Exhale, leading with the heart, slowly, forward fold all the way down. Fold it in, Uttanasana, take a breath. And then on your next inhale, halfway up, Ardha Uttanasana. So take a few breaths here with your hands someplace, thighs or shins or the mat, where you can really lengthen your spine, crown of the head reaching forward. Take an inhale, and then on an exhale, keeping that long spine folded in, Uttanasana. And then inhale, reach the arms out and up. Hands come down to heart center, Tadasana. Let's try that a couple times together on the breath. So inhale, reach. Exhale, twisting to the right. Inhale, reach. Exhale, twisting to the left. Open your heart. Inhale, reach. Exhale, shine the heart up. Tailbone goes down. Inhale, dive up in the sky. Exhale, coming up and over. Take the full breath all the way down. Inhale, long spine, halfway up. Exhale, long spine, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center and keep it going one more time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, root down to twist right. Inhale, reach. Root down to twist left. Inhale, reach. Exhale, shine your heart up, lean back. Inhale, dive up. Exhale, swan dive slowly all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. And then exhale, plant your hands, step back, find your plank. Come an inch forward, hug your elbows in. Come halfway down, chaturanga, knees or straight legs. And then all the way down for cobra or over the toes. Upward facing dog. Exhale, the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Just find your center, find your breath, find your evenness in your being. And then bring the feet together at the back of the mat. And from the inner right thigh, inhale the right leg back behind you. See if you can keep the hips even, right? For all of us, there's a tendency for that lifted leg hip to come up. So just do your best to find evenness. Balance the weight in your hands right to left. 2 straight arms, 2 straight legs. Press the hands forward and down. Inhale, find even more length. And then on an exhale, come forward, knee to nose. Inhale, back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, come forward, right knee outside right elbow or tricep. Inhale it back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, come forward, cross under, opposite elbow. Inhale back, 3-legged dog. And then exhale, come all the way down the middle of the front of the mat, long lunge. Get that heel right under your knee in the front. Maybe pick up your toes, feel all 4 corners of that front foot. Set the toes down, come to your fingertips, and really firm that right hip in and underneath you. See if you can feel the connection between the front heel, the front knee, and then that line of energy going back right into your right hip. Get stable here, and then slowly bring the arms back like wings. So they're along the side body, palms down. You're finding that nice long diagonal. Stay here, reach the arms out to the side. Slow and steady. Now listen to your lower back. This might be plenty, or you might play with reaching forward, palms turn in. Keep the belly toned, and then draw the tailbone down. Let that bring you up into your crescent lunge. So first, just find your balance here in crescent lunge. If you feel like you're in a tightrope, move your right foot a little bit to the right, and then come a little bit out of the lunge. Really reach through the left inseam of the leg through that big toe mound, and as you rebend, bring the outer left hip towards the right knee. Try that again. Halfway out, inner left inseam. Bend it back down, outer left hip towards the right knee. One more time. Halfway up, inner leg work. Outer hip comes down. And then maybe look up. Maybe the palms touch. Take a nice big inhale. And then exhale, let it go. Hands come down. Frame the front foot. Step back, find plank. Come an inch forward. Halfway down, chaturanga, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. So we'll move through some vinyasas in this practice. You're always welcome to go straight to downward facing dog or take a few breaths in child's pose. So find your way. Bring your feet together at the back of the mat. And from the inner left thigh, inhale that left leg straight back behind you. Working to keep the hips even as much as you can. Balance the weight right to left in the hands, the arms. Really straight elbows, really straight knees. Take another inhale, find even more length. And then exhale, come forward, knee to nose. Inhale it back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, come forward, left knee outside left elbow or tricep. Inhale back, 3-legged dog. Exhale, cross under, find the opposite elbow. Inhale back, 3-legged dog. And then exhale right down the middle, right? The knee doesn't swing in or out, just stepping forward, long lunge. Maybe moving that left foot a little bit to the left. Get the weight in the front heel. Maybe pick up the toes to really get in that heel. Firm this right hip back and in on the fingertips. Strong straight back leg, letting the hips come down. Now find that connection between that front heel, the front knee, and then firming that left hip in. That's your stability to come halfway up, draw the arms back like wings. Breathe. Maybe reach the arms out to the side. Make a choice for your lower back. Keep the arms here, reach them forward, turn the palms in. Long lines of energy, and then draw the tailbone down. Have that be what brings you up into your crescent lunge. And just get comfortable here in crescent lunge for a moment. Draw the belly in, draw that left hip back. And then we're going to come halfway out. Press the big toe mound on the ball right foot. Find that right inseam. As you rebend, bring that outer right hip towards the front knee. Try it again, halfway up. Inner right leg. Bend, outer right hip comes forward. Inhale, halfway up. Inner right leg. Rebend, outer right hip comes forward. Stay here. Maybe start to lift the front body up. Maybe the gaze follows. Maybe the palms touch overhead. Big inhale, and then exhale, let it go. Hands come down. Step back, find plank. Come forward and move through your vinyasa, or go straight to downward facing dog, or something else if it calls to you. We'll all meet in Adho Mukha Svanasana, downward facing dog. Then on your next exhale, bend the knees and look forward. Step or lightly hop to the front of the mat. Feet together. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. And exhale, hands come down to heart center, Tadasana. Okay, moving on. So far, so good. We're going to inhale, sink the hips, reach the arms. Utkatasana, chair pose. So sit back in your chair and then look down. Make sure you can see your big toes in front of your knees. Then bring the gaze back up. Draw the floating ribs in. Inner thighs draping down. Sit a little deeper. Take an inhale here. And then on the exhale, forward fold as you straighten the legs. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, find plank. Come forward and go through a vinyasa, or you're welcome to go straight to downward facing dog. Lift the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale the right leg straight back behind you. And then exhale, step it forward and through all the way to the front of the mat. Set your back foot down, strongly turned in. Line up your heels or a little bit wider. Bend the front knee. Firm that right hip in and keep it firming in as you come on up. Virabhadrasana 1. Warrior 1. So we're pressing into that front foot to move the right hip back. We're straightening that back leg strong, pressing into the back foot to bring the left hip forward. Bending in the front knee. Drawing the tailbone down, lifting the belly. Maybe if our balance allows, playing with looking up. Maybe touching the palms overhead. Seeing if you can find that groundedness and heaviness in the lower body that allows you to be light and lift in the upper body. Big inhale here. And then exhale, let it go. Hands come down. Frame the front foot. Step back, find plank. Come forward, go through your vinyasa slowly. Or make another choice. We'll all meet in downward facing dog. Lift the left leg back behind you, three-legged dog. Exhale, step it forward and through all the way to the front of the mat. Bend the front knee. Set the back foot down, strongly turned in. Heel to heel or a little wider. Get this left hip in already. Keep it there as you slowly come up, Warrior 1. So really turning that back foot in is going to be what starts to allow that right hip to come forward. Bend as deeply as you can in that front knee. Press into both feet. Get some weight in that back foot. Then draw the tailbone down. Lift the belly, lift the heart. Maybe lift the gaze. Can you bend in the front knee? Find groundedness and weightedness in the lower body. And then just some lightness to reach in the upper body. Maybe the palms touch. Be right here. And then take an inhale. And exhale, let it go. Hands come down. Step back, find plank. Come forward, elbows in, gazes forward. Go through your vinyasa. Or make another choice. Hips go up and back. Downward facing dog. Arrive again in this moment. Find your center, find your breath. And then on your next exhale, bend the knees, look forward. Step or lightly hop to the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to center. Tadasana, mountain pose. So let's take that Tadasana to the center of our mat, facing the long way. Just find yourself in the center. Then we're going to extend the arms out. Then we're going to extend our stance out. Wide stance. Maybe get your ankles right under your wrists. Draw the tailbone down. We're going to externally rotate that right foot. Turn the back foot, your left foot slightly in. Take an inhale, find length through the spine. And then on an exhale, keeping that right hip in, slowly find your way down to warrior two. You might need to change the feet a little bit. You want heel to the back arch alignment, or you can try heel to heel if you need a little bit more space. But look down and make sure you can see that big toe inside your front knee. Then you can bring your gaze up over the front fingertips. So be right here. Really bending into that front knee. Can you get the weight in the front heel? But then can you also bring some weight to that back foot? So press the outer edge of the back foot, the inner edge of the back foot. Maybe bending a little deeper in that front knee. Reaching forward and back equally. Tailbone drawing under. Being right here. One more breath. And then slowly straightening that front leg. Make a choice for Trikonasana. You can shorten your stance or keep it just as long. Gonna let the hips go back. Keep the chest open. Go as far as you can. Feel that edge, and then just open your arms. You might have a block under your hand. You might have your hand on the shin. Might come down to the ankle. Some people like to hover their hand right inside that front foot. So feel what your Trikonasana wants to be in this moment. The gaze can be down, side, or up. Eventually, we're working on looking up at that top thumb with our bottom eye. Maybe someday. Stay here or turn that top palm forward. Reach it out overhead. Long lines through the left side body. You lean back. Keep drawing the tailbone under. See if you can feel both gathered, centering energy, but also reaching out, taking up space. One more breath. And then inhale, slowly come back up. We're going to turn that right foot in, hands on the hips, and let's bring our feet so they're a little bit wider than hip distance and just slightly turned out. You might adjust this when we come down. Bring the hands to heart center. We're going to inhale, reach the arms out and up, and then exhale back down to heart center and just slowly come into a squat. So you want the knees opening over the second toes. We're not coming all the way down. We're going to bring our hips down in line with our knees. Just stay here. Get the weight in the heels. Press your palms together. Engage your belly. We're just going to play with leaning forward. Bringing the spine parallel. The hips go back, crown of the head, reaching out and away. Tone the belly, support from underneath. Stay right here, or you might play with extending your arms straight forward, palms turned in. How much length can you find from the hips to the fingertips? Bending deeply, breathing. And then slowly bringing the hands back to heart center, slowly coming right back up into your squat. We're just retracing our steps. And then press down, inhale, reach up. And then hands come down to heart center. And bring the feet together. Right in the center, Tadasana, mountain pose. Okay, let's reach our arms out again. Let's find that wide stance again, and let's explore the other side. So externally rotating from the hip, that left foot, parallel with the side of the mat, back foot slightly turned in. I do heel to arch. Many people do heel to heel. Take an inhale. Slowly start to bend down. So that back hip is going to come forward. We're not trying to square our hips in our pose, this pose. The work is to get that front knee open over the second toe. But even though we've got the hips at an angle, can we turn the torso flush with what's across from us here? And then let the gaze come over the front fingertips. And then be here and breathe. And again, the invitation to gather into your center, right? To center and hold. But from that center to extend out, taking up space, maybe bending a little deeper. Relax the shoulders. Relax the face. One more sweet warrior two breath. And then slowly straighten the front leg. We're going to turn that, no, we're not. We're going to make a choice about the length of our stance for Trikonasana. We're going to let the hips shift back. A little bit of softness in that front knee as you slowly find your way out over that front leg, drawing the tailbone under, evening out both sides of the torso if you can. And then notice where that top shoulder is. If it's pitching forward at all, right, it means you've got that bottom hand too low. Just bring it up so you can stack the shoulders, open your heart, lean back. Maybe turn that top palm forward and like you're extending it from your back foot. See if you can find a little bit more elasticity, length as you stay and breathe. And then slowly coming back up, pressing down through both feet. We're going to turn that left foot in, hands on the hips, and let's bring the feet in about 1/3 of the distance. We're setting up for Prasarita Padottanasana. Feet are parallel. So we're going to inhale the arms out and up. First find length, rooting down to the feet, draw the tailbone down. So we're going to come forward, reaching with our arms. If that's too much, just bring your hands to your hips. So inhale here, and then exhale with a straight back, straight legs if you can, but you're welcome to put a little bend in them. Reach forward, and then bring your hands down under your shoulders. Can be fingertips on the floor, on blocks. Stay here, or some of you might start to fold in. You can walk your hands back, hands right under the bent elbows. It's like chaturanga hands. Wherever you are, lengthening the spine, pressing through the inner and the outer foot. Hug the outer hips in. Breathe. One more breath right here. And then we're going to inhale, come halfway up, bring the hands to the hips, hug the elbows in, slowly come up with a straight back, all the way up. Really nice. Bring the feet together. So let's find our 2 blocks or block-like objects. I'm not sure you'll need them, but in case you do, nice to have here at the front of the mat. So if you'd be working at the front of your mat, that would be great. I'm going to face this way just to be able to talk to you and show you a little bit of what I'm doing. So Tadasana feet, hands on the hips. Just be right here for a moment. Let's also have your strap nearby. If you're someone who uses a strap to connect your hands in Gomukhasana, place a strap over your shoulder. So we're going to step the left foot back first, about 2.5 or 3 feet. And you want to line up heel to heel or a little bit wider. And you want to turn that back foot strongly in like we did for Warrior One. So this left hip can come forward. See how much you can square the hips. Both legs straight. Can you draw the tailbone down and lift the belly? Now we're going to reach the arms out to the side. And then that left arm is going to keep coming up. Turn the palm back. Pat your upper back. You might use your right fingertips to draw that elbow back and up. Keep that as you reach the right arm out. Internally rotate. Reach up your back. See if you can connect your hands. This is where you'll use your strap if your hands don't quite reach. So just connect the hands with the strap. All of us hug the outer hips in. Draw the tailbone down. Inhale to lift the chest, find length. And then exhale, send the hips back. Come forward with the heart. It's a straight spine. Go slowly to support yourself into this Parsvottanasana. You're welcome to put a little bit of bend in that front knee, especially if you tend to hyperextend. Keep drawing that right hip back. And then you're going to explore. Do you just come part way down? Where's your edge? When does the back start rounding? Can you keep the heart open? Obviously, we're also playing with balance. So just see what you've got. Be here and breathe. Find steadiness. And then we're going to come just as slowly back out. So start to extend the spine. You can put a little bend in that front knee, slowly coming all the way back up. Really nice. Now just release your hands. You can drop your strap if you have it. Right hand on the right hip, left arm goes straight up. We're coming right back down. So inhale to find length, and then exhale, reaching out with that front arm. Use this hand on your right hip to pull it back. First, come perpendicular. See how much length you can find. Hug the hips in like you're isometrically scissoring the thighs together. Take an inhale, and then exhale. That left hand's going to come down on a block, inside or out, or maybe the hand on the mat. Stabilize your hips, and then twist to the right. Pavrita Trikonasana, twisting triangle. Scissor the inner thighs together like we've got that block there. Lengthen the spine. Twist open. One more breath. Then look down. Right hand comes down. Frame the front foot and just fold in for a few breaths. Support yourself, hands on mat or hands on blocks. Then put a slight bend in that right knee. Step the back foot in, feet together. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Hands on the hips. Let's try the other side. So stepping the right foot back, finding your strap if you're going to use it, lining up heel to heel. Turn that back foot in really strongly. It's almost parallel, right? We want to bring these hips square. And we're going to reach the arms out to the side. Keep that right arm coming up. Turn the palm back. Pat your upper back. Welcome to use that left hand as an assist to get the elbow up behind. Hold it there. Reach the left arm out. Internally rotate. Now see what you can find. Maybe you needed the strap on that side, but not this one, or the other way around. Connect your hands. Open your heart. Take an inhale. And then on an exhale, send the hips back, leading with the heart forward. Little bit of softness in that front knee. Coming into your Parsvottanasana. If it's too much with the hands in Gomukhasana, release them and just place your hands on blocks, right? Really listen to what works for your body at this moment in time. Find your way in. When you're at your edge, support yourself. Breathe. Where do you have to hold? Draw yourself in. Where can you lengthen? And then slowly, just as steadily, coming up and out, coming all the way back up. Release the hands, left hand on the left hip. Inhale the right arm up. We're coming right back. Exhale, hips go back. Use this left hand on the hip to keep drawing that hip back. Reach out, crown of the head forward. Come perpendicular. And then slowly bring that right hand down and make a choice about where you're going to plant your hand for your twisting triangle. Stabilize the hips. Then work on reaching that top arm up. Maybe get the shoulder blades on the back. Maybe lean back. See what's right here. One more breath. And then slowly bring that left hand down. Frame the front foot. Hands can be on blocks or the mat. Just fold in. Relax a little bit. Let the neck and the head hang. Find your breath. And then a little bend in that front knee. Step the back foot forward to meet the front foot, feet together. Inhale halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up. Exhale, hands come down to heart center. Tadasana, really nice. So we're going to sink the hips, reach the arms, and find our Utkatasana chair pose again. We were there not too long ago. Bring your hands to heart center. Inhale, find length. And then exhale, twisting over to the right. You can use your right hand to really snuggle that elbow past the knee, or just bring your hands straight to prayer. Keep them there. And then sit down in your hips, weights in the heels, lengthen your spine, and use that leverage of the elbow to lift your heart towards your joined hands. You can stay here. If some of you have clearance with that shoulder outside the knee, you're welcome to open your arms. Twisting chair. Now staying this low, which is not easy, try to slowly come back up to center. And then press down to stand up. Hands come to heart center. Woo. Take a breath. Okay. Inhale, sink the hips, reach the arms. Utkatasana, chair pose. Steady in chair, hands come to the heart. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, twisting to the left. However you like to get that elbow across. Then join the palms. Notice if that back knee is creeping forward, it likes to do that. Sit down. Turn at the waist. Use the leverage outside that elbow to lift the heart. If you have the clearance with your shoulder, you might open the arms. Be here and breathe. Then can you stay this low? It's a real question. It's not easy. I rarely can. Back to center. Press down to stand up. Hands come down to heart center. Tadasana, mountain pose. Really nice. Okay. We're going to put some of that together and do one more nice standing twisting pose. So you're still at the front of your mat. I'm going to be at the front of my mat too. Let's have those blocks in front just in case we need them. Standing in our Tadasana. Okay, we're going to sink the hips, reach the arms, find our chair. We're going to open the arms to the side. We're going to inhale here, and then bring that right arm under and find your eagle arms. So we're in an eagle chair, sitting back in the heels, lifting the elbows, shearing the head back. Now shift the weight in your right foot and just extend the left. And then press down into the right foot to come up into your one-legged Tadasana. Get steady here, and then slowly just start to melt the legs. We're going to keep the arms in eagle. Can you just gracefully come back? Now you're in your eagle crescent. So get steady here. Weight in that front heel. And then we're going to release the hands. We're going to inhale up and over. We're going to bring the hands down to heart center. Now really press your hands into one another to stabilize the midline. We're going to start to lean forward. Weight in that front heel. You're welcome to walk the back foot in. We're going to play with coming to our warrior three. Hands in Anjali Mudra. Welcome to keep a little bend in that standing leg. Flex that back foot or point it. Strong, straight back leg. And now stay here, but we're going to open the hands and we're going to start to reach that left hand down on a block or the floor. And you're going to play with coming into your twisting Ardha Chandrasana. Stabilize the hips, scissors the inner thighs together. Shoulder blades on the back. One more breath. Then look down, right hand on the right hip. Bend the standing leg. Shift the weight in the heel. Start to draw your left leg through. Come to standing. Extend the arms. One-legged Tadasana. And then you can extend that left leg. Take up space. Maybe look up. Maybe join the palms. And then slowly let it come down. Woo! Shake it out. Got one more side. Here we go. Starting in our lovely mountain pose, ever returning to the mountain. We're going to sink the hips, reach the arms. Utkatasana, chair pose. Open the arms to the side. Bring that left arm under. Find your left Garudasana. Lift the elbows. Now we're going to shift the weight in the left foot and just extend the right foot, flex the foot, the leg, the foot. Root down through that left foot to stand up. One-legged Tadasana. And get steady here. And then slowly just melting the leg back. The hands stay steady, gracefully coming into your Garudasana crescent pose. Get steady here. Find your energy, your breath aligned. And then just let the hands release, open. Inhale the arms out and up. We've been all these places already. Hands come down to heart center. So press the right into the left into the right. Lean forward, tone your belly. Really stand in that front foot. You can bring the back foot in a little bit to launch or just press up. Press the hands into one another. Press into that front big toe. Strong straight back leg, Virabhadrasana 3. And then start to open the hands, and you're going to bring that right hand down right under the shoulder. It can be on a block at any height. Twisting to the left. Finding your twisting Pavrita Ardha Chandrasana. Shoulder blades on the back. Hug the hips in. One more big breath here. Then look down. Left hand on the left hip. Bend the standing leg. Shift into the heel. Coil your spine. Root down through that left foot. Come to your one-legged Tadasana. Reach the arms up. And when you're ready, maybe extend that right foot. And if you want, maybe start to look up. Maybe the palms touch. Take an inhale. And then let it go. And then just come to your Tadasana. Feel free to shake it out if you want. And just close your eyes. Be right here. And just see what you notice. Blink the eyes open. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, leading with the heart. Slowly take the full breath all the way down. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, plant the hands, step back, find plank. You can go straight to dog or one last vinyasa. Come forward, elbows in, halfway down. Over the toes, cobra or upward facing dog. Press the hips up and back. Downward facing dog. Let's take a big breath here in through the nose, fill up. Open the mouth, sigh, let it go. Bend the knees, look forward, and we're going to come forward to the front of the mat on our knees. We're going to set up for Ustrasana, camel. So we're going to take our block, and again, bring it the long way, right up between our thighs. We're going to tuck our toes, hug the block with our thighs, bring your hands to your hips, and we're going to hug the block so there's no external rotation in the hips, right? We don't want to crunch the sacrum. We want to keep hugging the block, keep drawing the tailbone down. And then we're going to place our flat palms right on our sacrum, bend the elbows, draw them towards each other. So we already have a heart opening, right? Our heart's open, our shoulder blades are on the back. Take an inhale. First, just lift the heart. You can use your hands to press the tailbone down a little bit. You can keep the chin forward, or you might start to look up. Some of you might lean back. Keep drawing the elbows towards each other. Keep hugging the block. And then slowly come up. Untuck the toes. Just sit for a moment. Let's see what's there. It's such a simple pose, but I think it's pretty darn intense. We're going to try it 2 more times with some variations, just minor. So coming back up, tucking the toes, flat palms, drawing the sacrum down, hug the block, shoulder blades on the back. Inhale, starting to lift the heart. Maybe looking up or not. And then you can stay right here. Or if you can keep your torso from twisting too much, then just drop your hands down, go slowly. Maybe find your heels. Keep hugging the block. Keep drawing the tailbone down. And then keep lifting from behind the heart. And then slowly coming up, hands on the hips. Untuck the toes. Sit back, maybe rest your palms on your thighs. Just digest for a moment or 2. We'll do 1 more of those. You can stick with either one of those versions. They're perfect. Or if you want just a tiny bit more, you're going to come in with your feet flat so that as you reach for the heels, there's just a little bit further to go. Flat palms, shoulder blades on the back, elbows bent, drawing in. Inhale, lift. Squeeze the block. Draw the tailbone down. Stay right here. Or if you're going to reach down, play with seeing how little you can twist your body, right? We don't want to twist too much. We want to keep that nice, evenly distributed arc through the spine. Ustrasana. 1 more breath. And then slowly coming up. Having a seat, just resting for a moment. Palms on thighs, maybe close your eyes. Drop right in. See what's here. And then blinking the eyes open, we're going to remove the block. Let's just press up into downward facing dog. Find your way into Adho Mukha Svanasana. Stretch it out. Right, starting to cool down. We're going to lift the right leg back behind. Exhale, bring the right knee right behind the right wrist, setting up for pigeon. So we all do pigeon a little differently, but however you're doing it, come on your fingertips and really walk that left leg back. And then when you untuck the toes, see if you can bring that left hip forward. So we've really got squared hips. And you can stay up, or you might start to walk forward. You could stack your palms. You can reach the arms forward. Maybe you have a different place you like to place your torso or your arms, but find your way into pigeon. And then just be here and take some nice deep breaths. And then slowly, first bring the head up, walk the hands in, tuck the back toes, then use your core to slowly bring the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Find your dog. And then we're going to inhale the left leg back and bring that left knee right behind the left wrist. Set your front leg up how you like it, but again, encouraging you to come to your fingertips and really walk that right leg back. Untuck the toes and then bring that right hip forward, just like we did that work in crescent to really get the hips nice and square. Inhale here, and then whatever you chose to do on the first side, set it up here on the second side. Find your way down and in. Set it up so that you can let go as much as you can, even while we have to support ourselves somewhat in this pose. How much ease can you find as you stay and breathe? And slowly walk the hands in, lift the head, support yourself, tuck the back toes, use your core, go slowly, press back, downward facing dog. And then look forward, bend the knees. Let's just step to the front of the mat and just bring ourselves down on our backs, all the way down. Come on down. Flex the feet, lift the feet, and just find your way to a gentle, happy baby. I'm drawing the feet down with the hands, opening the knees, uncurling the lower spine, and you can either stay still, or sometimes it's nice just to rock gently side to side. Ananda Balasana, blissful baby. What does the world, the self, reality look and feel like right now? Being right here. And then coming back to center, if you're rocking, slowly releasing the feet, bring them down. Just take a moment in constructive rest. And then we're going to extend the right leg up, flex the foot, interlace your fingers like a sling, low behind the right thigh, and then press the back of the right thigh into the hands. Draw the hands up into the thigh. You can keep the left leg bent or straighten it. Find the natural curve of your back and just create these tension points. It's a little bit of traction for the lower spine. And then release the tension, bend the right leg, bend the left. Come through constructive rest for a moment. And then extending the left leg straight up, flex the foot. Make a sling by interlacing your fingers the opposite way, low behind the thigh. Then press the thigh into the hands. Draw the hands into the thigh. Maybe extend the right leg. Keep the natural curve of your lower back. Just create this tension to create some space in the sacrum. One more breath. Then release the tension, bend the left leg, bend the right. Again, take a moment here in your constructive rest. And then if you find a block, we're going to be down on our back, feet planted, and just press the feet enough to slide the block the low, long way under the sacrum. You're welcome to have it higher if you want, but for me, cooling down at the end, it's really nice to make this a really gentle inversion. So get the block right under the sacrum, bring the arms out, palms up, get your shoulder blades under your back, and then you're going to lift one knee and then the other. You could stay right here if you feel stable and you want to extend the legs. Again, we're looking for the natural curve in the lower back, balancing the legs, right? Not too far forward, not too far back. You might close your eyes, drop inside, landing in yourself again, right where you belong, right here in you. Letting the eyes be soft, letting the jaw relax. Just a few more sweet breaths right here. And then slowly bending one knee and the other, bringing one foot down and then the other foot. Pressing the feet just enough to slide the block out, letting the sacrum come down, giving your weight to the earth, and then setting up for your final pose, whatever that's going to look like for this practice. Classical is legs long, feet open, arms out to the side, palms up. They can be just a little bit away from your body, or it's really nice to have them straight out, drawing the shoulder blades under the back. If you have any discomfort in your lower back, you might place something behind your knees, or you can widen your feet and just let the knees knock in. Or you could always come back to that Supta Baddha Konasana that we started with. I would just recommend blocks under the knees so the weight's not hanging in space, because we'll be here for some moments. So set it up, this final pose, whatever props you need. Close your eyes, cover them or cover yourself. And then let's just take one more big inhale together, filling up in through the nose, all the way to the top. Sip in a little bit more. Hold it for just a moment, and then open your mouth, sigh it out. Shavasana. And then very slowly, very gently allowing your awareness to come back into your body. Maybe there's a natural deepening of the breath. You might rub your thumbs against your fingertips or wiggle fingers or toes. Maybe a good morning stretch, reaching the arms out overhead, lengthening through the whole body. When you're ready, just bending the knees, reaching the right arm out overhead, and then just slowly allowing the knees to come over to the right, resting your head on your right bicep and pausing for a moment right here. And then staying deep inside, keeping the eyes closed if you can. Just pressing that left palm down, bringing yourself back up round to a gentle seat, letting the sit bones find the earth. From there, the spine rising gently, tall. And just take a few breaths, being right here. Noticing the effects of the practice with gratitude for yoga, that we can come to our mats, explore and play, and be fully present and receive the nourishment from that. And then raising the hands and drawing the palms together, moving them into the heart. Namaste. Thank you. Thank you so much. May you be well. Until we see each other again.